Hi, Nature Fan. Hey, Carrie. I'll be right with you guys. I was so mad. So mad. But whatever. I didn't want to leave the dogs out without somebody being there. So I stayed hopefully long enough for them to do their business and then brought them inside and locked them up. I got notified. She waited till 12:56. 12:56. So I apologize for being late, but I'm not Pops. Since I was late, I'm going to make this quick. How is everybody's week going? I got to spend some time yesterday with my brother's dogs, like I did today, which means that I got to spend some time with Cyrus, and it was great. Always love going out for the animals, or out with the animals. I don't have a favorite meme. I'm excited for today's live. Both today, I haven't. I've seen it, but I've seen the game, but I haven't played it, I don't think. I'm excited for today's live, but I'm also excited for the 6 p.m. live because we are playing a game like no other. I am from Indiana in the United States. It's going to be an exciting adventure today, I hope, and a fun game for you later tonight. If you saw the preview in the channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. Today we are doing Islands at the Chester Zoo and Asia Quest at the Columbus Zoo. Haven't seen Stranger Things. None of it. The Islands had a budget of 40 million pounds sterling when it was made. and it was the largest zoo exhibit project in the history of British zoos up to that point. The exhibit would end up with 74,500 square meters, and it added an hour and a half to your stay at the zoo. There are 6 islands that would be created, and they would also get a couple of bird aviaries and a house as a part of the exhibit. There is even a boat ride that takes you around the islands. The islands are, I'm going to type them into live, I think. Maybe, you know what, instead of doing that, I'll just copy and paste them. Assuming I can do that. Because I am really bad with names. So some of these animals that we're going to be going through may not be at the zoo because things do change. There are supposed to be 22 species featured in this exhibit. The boat tour is a 450-meter long boat ride. It features 14 boats, and those boats can hold up to 238 guests. And the tour lasts for 15 minutes. This exhibit opened its doors just a couple days before my birthday on the 13th of July, 2015. Some of the animals you will meet will be the Viswan warty pigs, the southern cassowary. The Bali Temple is home to Rothschild myna, Java sparrow, yellow-backed chattering lory, which I believe is a parrot, Javan bantang, which is, I believe, a relative to the cow. It's like not a bison, but sort of a bison. No, it is not a bison, but it's in that family. It's in the cow family. The monsoon house is a mix of animals, including Javan rhinoceros hornbills, tentacled snakes, red vampire crabs, buffalo leech, Sunda gharial, Bornean giant pond turtle, common scissor-tail rasabara, which I think is a fish, Burmese brown tortoise, superb fruit doves, scissor-billed starlings, blue-backed fairy bluebirds, Nicobar pigeons, white-napped pheasants. White-napped pheasant pigeons, Victoria crown pigeons, and emerald doves. 2 other islands are home to lowland anoa, which is another type of bovine, I believe, and the babirusa, which is the pig that has the horns that curve up. Also on exhibit within this complex are exhibits for tree kangaroos, dusky pademelon, which is a type of wallaby. I always forget to put this up. Sumatran tigers. Tree kangaroos. Dusky pademelon, which is a type of wallaby. Sumatran tigers, Malayan tapirs, sun bears, which have both an indoor and outdoor enclosure. Sumatran orangutans, which also have access to an outdoor exhibit. Gibbons, which have trees that they can climb instead of just ropes. Sulawesi crested macaques, which is a type of monkey. Provost squirrels, which are the largest squirrels that I know of. Binturongs, there are fish, frogs, as well as the Philippine spotted deer. Tree kangaroos are a marsupial that sort of resemble, I guess, tree kangaroos. They're pretty good sized, but they're cool. So now we've just finished our tour of the islands. If you were leading the next expedition through the Chester Zoo, which island stop would be your top priority to show the group? So I'm going to give you the areas. Uh-oh. Okay, so I get too many things. I have to cut back. Yes, the islands are all in Asia, which is why I did it this way. I'm trying to get these guys themed so that there's sort of a theme for each exhibit focus that we do. And if you can figure it out, you win a bozo button. Hold up, guys. There's going to be 4 of these. Is everybody still here? Nature fan, you're still here? Okay. I'm a little worried. I know. I'm pretty sure that D-Man said he was going to be late coming in because he was doing something today or whatever. A little worried about him. So, out of those 4 places, Papua, Sumatra, the monsoon forest, which one would you go to see the pigs? Would you take your group to see the pigs, the tree kangaroos, the Sumatran tigers, and the orangutans? Or would you go inside the monsoon forest to see the Sunda gharials? Drop your choice in the comments. I want to see which island has the most fans. Oh, that could be. I knew he said he was going to be gone. For those of you who follow... no, that's with the warty pigs. Papua, P-A-P-U-A, has the tree kangaroos. Now, I figured... I didn't know why, but I figured this would be one of those exhibits where it would echo the animals that are found in the other exhibit that we're going to be covering. But I was mistaken. the Asia Quest at Columbus Zoo, much different exhibits than this one. This one is very, very different from the other, which is good because I'd get bored. I think there's tree kangaroos in Papua New Guinea. Yeah, there's tree kangaroos there. In fact, there's 2 species that live there. At least. No, Papua is not Bali. Nope. So, Asia Quest at the Columbus Zoo opened its doors in 2006. It is a truly immersive exhibit, very educational, lots of theming for the exhibit. The first animals that you're going to meet are either tufted deer and red-crowned cranes, which share an exhibit, or the Siberian musk deer, who shares his exhibit with a Malaysian giant pond turtle. Now, there is an educational building which you have to pass through that has a few animals inside of it, including reticulated pythons, Asian water monitor. I don't know if these guys are inside that building or not. Oh, and I think there's also an indoor, you see the indoor exhibit for the sloth bear within that building, along with a whole bunch of educational stuff that I'm not going to get into. In another display area, you will meet blue-faced honeyeaters, Burmese mountain tortoises, greater Malayan I'm always mess this up. Chevrotain, which is a little, it's about a foot tall, foot long, 15-pound, what looks like a deer but is not a deer. They don't get very big, but they're not a deer, though they sometimes call them mouse deer. They're in their own family, but they are a hoofed animal. They share their exhibit with the blue-faced honeyeaters, the tortoises, as well as Malayan flying foxes and golden-mantled flying foxes. In another exhibit, you will meet silvered langurs, which have an indoor and outdoor exhibit, I believe. Smaller than a dik-dik, I think. And then you enter the Vanishing Giants, which is currently home to a greater one-horned rhino, which is a male who will be on their way to the Columbus Zoo's sister organization called the Wilds, which I think is either in Ohio. I think it's in Ohio. Don't hold me to that, but I think it's in Ohio. And Indian elephants, which the zoo has 7 of them. Currently, or at least it used to be, home to the largest male Indian elephant in the United States. And they have 1.8 acres in which to go about and roam, which is pretty nice. After the rhinos, you get to meet the sloth bear. And after the bears, you get to meet the red pandas. And from there, you enter an aviary, which is home to several bird species that I did not get. But it's also home to Reeves muntjacs and brown tortoises again. After that, you will meet the makars. Now, makars are a type of wild goat. Fun fact, they had one escape, and it ended up on the other side of their exhibit, which is home to none other than tigers. He did not get ate. He got put back, but pretty sad to think about what might have happened. It is home to also Pallas cats, as well as Amur tigers. Now, the tigers have two exhibits. One is a much larger exhibit, and the other one is for their male, who has a much smaller exhibit, but he's very vocal. So if you do visit the zoo, you might hear them talking to you. So we have spent the last little bit trekking through the islands in the UK and the Asia Quest in the United States. But there are 3 possible glitches in nature. But the question is, which one is fiction? Ooh. Only I know the answer. Heh, heh, heh. Is it the Frankenstein pig at Chester Zoo? A pig with 4 tusks, 2 of which grow straight through the skin of its snout and curve backwards towards its eyes. The vampire Bambi. A small shy deer with a dark tuft of hair on its head and long, sharp fangs sticking out of its mouth. Is it the hopping lemur, a creature with the face of a squirrel and the body of a kangaroo that lives high in the trees and can jump 30 feet between branches? Which one is fiction? Is it the Frankenstein pig, the vampire Bambi, or the hopping lemur? You be the judge. I have a vampire Bambi. The Frankenstein. Oh, it is. It is the hopping lemur. The Frankenstein pig is the Babirusa. The vampire Bambi is the tough deer. And the hopping lemur is just plainly made up. While tree kangaroos exist and are in the island exhibit, they don't look like squirrels and they don't leap 30 feet. We are officially closing the book on Asia Quest today. To everyone who has been traveling with me from the Chester Zoo to Columbus Zoo, thank you for making this trip incredible. I'm not ending the live, but announcing something really quick. We are in mid-January, but we are only 87 subscribers away from a 2026 kickoff goal of 2,000 subscribers. Now, we don't have that far to go, which is good news. That's always good news. The other sort of news, and it's been a while since I've done this, but I feel like I owe it to you guys to let you know where we're at. So as of right now, we have 9,014. So the number that I gave you that 87 might be a little bit lower. That's okay. Wait a minute. No, that's not what I want. We have had 11,378 views in the last 28 days. And we have 2,649 public watch hours, and we need 3,000. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. No. Oh, yes, I can. We need 351 more subscribers, or 351 more watch hours. And again, those public watch hours come from you watching videos and attending live or watching lives. Right now, we are at 7,000 and a half public short views, which all come from the views from watching shorts. When I say that we haven't even made it halfway to where we should be, it's not even registering for the short views. Yeah. The good news is, though, I mean, there is some good news. Our last, wait. Sorry for coughing. Our last live, Things in My Collection That Can Hurt You live, had 131 views. So we've had some, and before that we had some really good high numbers. The capybara was 137, Foraging 101 was 105, and What to Expect in 2026 was 109. So, yes, awesome. And that's what we need. We need the higher levels. So hopefully tonight's live will see higher numbers. Anyway, if you are new to my channel, subscribe so that we can get there. Our next stop for exhibit focuses will be January 27th, where we will stop at the San Diego Zoo's, I think it's the San Diego Wildlife Park. which is a part of the San Diego Zoo, their African Woods exhibit, and then Biopark Valencia, to view one of their African exhibits. And then we have tonight's live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are doing a game. Oh, excuse me. Nothing like being gross and burping. If you haven't seen it, let me show you what we're doing. If I can. Oh, yes, I can. So this is what we're doing. You will get, I forget how many I did, but you're going to get something like that. And you have to guess what the animal is. I've tried to do it so that you can't see details really well. This one is not going to be a part of it. This is just a preview of what we're doing. So you can guess. I did not throw in any of the dragons. I don't think. No, it's not a woolly mammoth, but that's a good guess. I think all of the animals that I'm using are all regular animals. Also, I have to reschedule the live because I need to do it on my Chromebook. And I'm hoping that the pictures are big enough. Originally, they were supposed to be on a really dark background. I decided not to do that because it would bleed. They would just look the same. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you need that. But then, so that's tonight at 6. January 9th, we are doing Long Ago. That is Friday. We will be doing Allosaurus and Brachiosaurus at 1 p.m. Dimorphodon and Ramphorinus at 6 p.m. Those are flying reptiles. January 10th, we are doing blue-throated macaw and Brazilian merganser as a learn to care, and then at 6 p.m. we are doing the platypus and quokka. So I'm going to try to start doing little action things at the end of my lives that hopefully will sort of fit the live in general. I'm going to be honest, I'm not making these up. These are made up by AI, but I like them. If I don't like them, I will make them up myself. Take a quick look at the products in your house. By simply choosing products that use sustainable palm oil, you are directly protecting the rainforest where orangutans and tigers live. You can even download an app to scan barcodes while you shop. Just by being here and learning about these species' names, you're becoming an ambassador for the wild. Knowledge is the first step to protection. Did you guys know that? That is why I do these lives. Because knowledge is a very powerful weapon. Uh-oh. Knowledge is a very powerful force that helps us to make decisions based on what we know. Yes, a very powerful tool. And I think I can look up. Yeah, it's a Mastodon. I'm going to try and show you. I'm not going to download it. There is a palm oil scan by the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo that you can download. That will tell you if your product is has sustainable palm oil in it or not. And clearly, if it's not, you should not be buying it. It works. It's a really good app. I believe you scan the barcode of the food that you want to buy, and it'll tell you if it's sustainable or not. I don't know if there's other tools that you can use that'll tell that. But yeah, it's important. So, yeah. It's been a slow day. After this, I'm going to, I think, edit video. That's always a fun thing to do. I have 2 videos up ready to be put together. They are Fool's Parsley and Coastal Taipan. Yes. Which, if this were TikTok, I would be swarmed by legions of kids. I say kids, that includes teenagers. That I'm sure that's why Oscar's not in. Coming up hopefully this week, we have Fool's Parsley, Coastal Taipan, Tamarind, Oscillate River Stingray, and the Black Caiman. After Black Caiman, we have Spotted Sucker, Eastern Mosquito Fish, Mananchil Tree, Tomii Stoma, which is False Gharial, Florida Apple Snails, Zombie Apocalypse and Wildlife Discussion, and Matamata. And after that, I have no idea what I'm doing, so don't ask. No, I mean, I have it on my other program. I was so mad the other day. I spent an hour, maybe a half hour, 15 minutes doing a week's worth of videos. Just the topics. And the power went out and I lost everything. So I went in the other day and redid that. How's everybody's week going? I know it's just started. I missed church on Sunday. I was so mad. So mad. I didn't get to see the kids. Tenorix, what about Tenorix? I have no idea what that question means. Oh, well. Maybe. But I know there's more than one species, so. In other news, if you listen to Tarnished, oh no, I know what I'm doing. I always know what I'm doing. I just don't have it in front of me. You know that. We're good for probably the most of 2026. With a few, unless there's hiccups. And I don't even know if I have any Tenorix species. Planned. Because that's on a different app or a different program. That's one of the things that makes this channel so cool is there's So much to grab from. The downside to being so well prepared is that there's less input needed from the audience, which is why I do the subscriber week thing. Because I can throw that in and give you guys a chance to have your stuff and your request. Oh my goodness, stop it. But anyway, hello, whoever just came in. I think somebody just came in. Just as a reminder, if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed today's live, give it a like and subscribe. I didn't do a poll today because of the other thing that we did. Ouch. I have to reset up today's live because I have to do it, like I said, on the Chromebook. So do not use the link that's currently possibly up in the on the channel community page. That is not a good link. I will be taking that down after live. Hi everybody, welcome to live. Even if you can't see me, or even if you are on your TVs, whatever the case may be, I will be going live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to be playing a game. And the game looks like... Ooh, I need to shave. I haven't been... I've not been this fuzzy in a while. Thank you guys for taking part in the Taxonomy Tuesday. I will be answering that question shortly. Probably tomorrow, I'll reveal the answer. Hi, Mohammed. I hope I said that right. Mohammed Yanal. You know what? I'm not even going to try, dude. How are you? So anyway, this is the game that we're going to be playing. Again, that's at 6 o'clock tonight. The idea is, or 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. The idea is to guess the animal that is in the shadow. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Where are you from? Oh, very cool. I don't think we've ever had anybody from there. What is the weather like? Sorry, I'm asking such boring questions, but here we are in the middle of winter, and there's a little bit of snow on the ground, but not a whole lot. I'm guessing you guys don't get snow. I'd say you're really missing out on something, but nah, that would be a lie. I don't know if I have any animals or plants coming up. Oh, that's right. Do you guys still have the snow? Or did it melt away? Here it's just bits and pieces. If there's any out there at all. Because it is 50 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. Cool. This is not typical January weather, at least from when I was a kid. We will be attempting to do the game from... Oh, so you guys are in your dry season. Well, yeah. But even then, we've had snow in March, like flat out blizzards. Our rainy season tends to be April through July, but we can get... Oh, you're so lucky. I wouldn't mind the snow if it could come in like with 50-degree weather. I'm not a cold loving person. I love it too at Christmas. That's about it. Christmas Eve, it can snow. I don't mind having snow like at Christmas Eve and then snow on the ground for Christmas, and it can go. But again, I'm like Nature Fan 101. I don't drive, so... And if I'm in the car with somebody, they're driving, so that's about the extent of it. You know, one of my goals for just in general, eventually, will be having... Well, if I don't need it. But I've thought about doing like a... I know channels where the guys do... Oh, yeah, definitely. Black ice is definitely a problem. we've hit that. I've been in a car with a friend of mine, and they hit black ice, and the car spun. I saw something on YouTube the other day, and somebody else's live, and I thought, that's really, I don't know how I felt about it. Muhammad, is this your first time though being in the live? Thank you for watching. I hope you're subscribed. The guy had a YouTube, not YouTube, but an Amazon, what do they call it? Are you subscribed to my channel, Mohammed? I don't want to keep you because I know it's really late there. Or early, depending upon how you look at it. What do they call it? They have like a gift thing where you can make up a list of stuff. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I don't know which is easier for people that live outside of the norm. Because most of my I do have subscribers in like the Philippines. And I try to go live at like 6 p.m. Bye. Have a good morning. I hope tomorrow's or today is a good day. When you wake up, I hope it's good. And anyway, he made up a list of gifts on YouTube, on Amazon, and people bought him presents off of his list. It's sort of like you make up your Christmas list for Santa, and then your parents buy you presents off that list. This is like the YouTuber makes up a list of items that he wants, and then people buy him stuff off that list. And my first thought was, that's really, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It just feels wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go because it's almost time for me to go. It's been sort of quiet today anyway, so I'm not going to keep you guys. I will be back. I will be back at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time because I want to talk more about that. I think I do. Anyway, I'm going to set up this other live. I will talk to you later. Be good, everybody. Bye-bye.